Okay, let's start. It's my sound, it's good.
Very well.
Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's OSM Syria Solidarity Mapathon. My name is Sana Al-Orfahli, and I am the lead Open Mapping Coordinator for the OSM Syria initiative. Together with my colleague Jalal Zaidan, we have been coordinating mapping activities, mapathons, community engagement, and collaborative projects as part of the OSM Syria initiative in collaboration with the humanitarian OpenStreetMap team. We are very happy to have participants joining us today from Syria and from different parts of the international OpenStreetMap community. For those who may be new to OpenStreetMap, OSM is a global collaborative open source mapping platform where volunteers from around the world contribute geographic data such as routes, building, landmarks, and infrastructure. This open data can support humanitarian response, development initiatives, local communities, research, and many other important activities. The humanitarian OpenStreetMap team, HOT, is an international organization that works to support humanitarian mapping and open geospatial data. Initiative worldwide special in areas affected by crises, disasters, and humanitarian challenges. This mapathon is part of the OSM Syria initiative in collaboration with HOT. The project focus on improving open geospatial data in Syria through collaboration mapping, community engagement, training activities, and humanitarian open mapping efforts. Over the past month, we organized several mapathons and training sessions focus on OpenStreetMap. Hot tasking manager validation workflows, map roulette, map sweep, and collaborative mapping practices. Through these activities, local volunteers and fellows contributed to improving mapping data across different Syrian regions. One of the main goals of this initiative is to support the availability of accurate and open geographic data that can help humanitarian development and community-oriented activities in Syria. As part of the current phase of the project, we are working on several mapping projects in rural Damascus. These projects were organized based on the administrative divisions of rural Damascus governorates, where each project presents a specific area that includes multiple towns, villages, neighborhoods, and local communities. The projects included rural Damascus, Douma area, buildings and routes mapping series, Al-Nabik area, Al-Tal area, Al-Zabadani area, Daria area, Qatana, and Qtaife, and Jabrud, and Center Rural Damascus Buildings and Road Mapping Series. In addition, we recently started collaborative map rollout projects focused on reviews and improving landmark data in Damascus and Aleppo using open geospatial data sets. Today's session mainly focus on collaborative mapping and the practical contribution. So after this short introduction, we will move directly into the mapping tasks and the project workflow. We hope you enjoy your time with us today, and thank you again for supporting open mapping efforts for Syria. And now I will hand over to Jalal so we can begin the practical mapping activities together on the projects.
Hello everyone, here is Jalal Zidan, lead open mapping coordinator with the military and OpenStreetMap team. Thank you for being here and sharing my screen. Everyone can see my screen, right? Yes, it's visible. Okay. First of all, welcome everyone in this first international mapathon for our project in Syria. We have done many mapathons before, but in terms of it was local mapathons. Now we have started our first international mapathon with everyone here. So it's an honor to be all together. I will get started with creating an OSM OpenStreetMap account. We'll go to OpenStreetMap.org. Here I am logged in. I'll get out. This is the OpenStreetMap platform, which we are mainly using in our mapping. First of all, you need whoever don't have an account on this platform, you should start with the sign up. You need to add your email, your name also, and the passport. Then you're gonna do the sign up. It's so easy process. Since I have already an account here, so I will just log in. Here's my email, my password, remember me, and login. Here it is, the OSM account. Whenever I want to edit something, I just will click here and start editing. I won't go so far through this because we'll move mainly to the tasking manager, which we always do our mapathons there. We'll use the same tool here, which is called ID editor. And we're gonna see it in the tasking manager. After I created my OpenStreetMap account, I'll go to tasks. Oh, I see.
I have the link in the chat also, Jalal, for everyone.
Tasks.osm.org. And the same thing we're gonna do here. We'll start with the sign up. add your name and the same email that you have used in the OSM. Please make sure that you have used the same email so it will link your profiles. Since I have done a message will be sent to your email account and just to authorize it, and then you're gonna have this account. Since I have already an account here, I will go with the login. This is the main screen for the tasking manager. Actually, this platform, I'm gonna talk about a little bit about it. This is a platform for HOT, Humanitarian OpenStreetMap team, which is working for mostly with NGOs and other partners to map on the OSM platform, specifically for humanitarian issues, for humanitarian purposes. Um, the main idea here that we can, especially in emergencies, we can everyone need to have a map for some places that might have received an event. So there are too many things to be mapped at a very short time. So in the tasking manager, we usually divide the area, the needed area, the required area, and then we have many volunteers who are gonna work on this project so we can improve it and map it quickly. I will start with the Explore project to see what do we have projects here. There are projects all around the world. I'm gonna share our Syria project, which is about rural Damascus. I'll click in the search bar, Damascus. Here are our projects for our 9 projects for rural Damascus. We divided it by let's say regions. Al-Zabadani, Daraya, Katana. Each region has its own projects. I'll describe something before. You can before doing any search, you can sort the projects so you can find the project that suits you. You can sort filter it by difficulty, by the, the status of the project, which is whether it is on mapped or for validation or something else. For our project, we will move directly to Damascus. You can also search by the ID, the project ID, which is here. For now, I will go to randomly for a project. I may choose this one, which is ongoing. Whenever I click the project, I can see the project on the map. I can zoom to the dust. These are our projects, our project for Qatana. Here we can have a small description about it, mapping buildings and road for Qatana area for supporting humanitarian planning infrastructure. Here we can find that we need to map roads and buildings only. We need to read this instruction carefully, please. Map box satellite imagery is the satellite imagery which is used in this project. In the meantime, I will ask if someone who already have accounts and is working, we can just start works with us. And the ones who don't have, they can start creating an account. Here we can see the description, which tells us what exactly our project, what purposes, what we are gonna help with this project. This is OSM Syria, and then we're gonna go to edit this to start contributing to this project. I just gonna go with contribute. Now I have much detailed instruction here, so I can read it carefully. I need to know what should I do in this project, uh, what I should not do in this project, and any specific details. For example, about the satellite imagery, about how to map the project specific principles for mapping, about the tagging. Here we just need to at least to add that any polygon building is a building is yes. So this is instruction how to deal with this project here. How to draw also, that you need to draw the roof and then move it to the ground. I really suggest that everyone read it carefully before they start mapping. Then I'm gonna choose any map I want on this map, any task, sorry. I can see from the colors of the tasks. Before that, as you can see, this is the whole project. Each small square is one task. That is the main thing in the tasking manager, that we divided the whole project into small tasks so everyone can contribute and map and finish as soon as fast as possible. As we can see, the colors of these squares means something for sure. The white ones referring to that it's available for mapping. So we just need to click on the map and just go to map it. It's not mapped yet. The green one, as we can see, is finished. So someone was here and mapped it and finished it. As we can see here, the blue one, it's finished mapping and ready for validation. So we have three main phases in the mapping. First of all is to map the task, to draw every building and road inside this task. Then it would be ready for validation. Someone else would validate this task. This one should be at least an intermediate mapper, so he has a little bit more experience in this. After he validated, there are two options. If it needs more validation, he will say that this task needs more validation, so it will appear in yellow. If it's okay, it will be finished and in green. We have something else that maybe we can find priority areas which will be in red. So everyone should focus on this area more than another. Unavailable and locked for tasks that someone else is working on something like that. And that's it, I think. For now, I just will choose a random task like here and just get started. I will stay in, before that I can use either ID editor or GOSM. For the mapping, I will go with ID editor. After a while in the validation, we might use the GOSM software. For now, I will go with ID editor and map the selected task. It will send me, as you remember, to the same ID editor that was on the OSM platform. This pink square is the task that I had chosen. I will never do anything out of this task. I will just stick to these boundaries and work inside of it. Here, the same instructions of how to map any detail that you need to know before you start mapping, it's good to have it to read it. And then we have this bar, which will this ribbon, which will give us some data about each feature, each selected feature. Whenever I select anything on the map, all its data will appear here, and I can edit it. As you can see, when we were in the zoom out, it's difficult to see what is going on, what's mapped here or not. I just need to zoom in or just click map to edit, or zoom to map to edit. Now I can see everything mapped on this task. I can see there are many roads. There are some mistakes in the roads, but there is no mapped buildings. So for now, I just get started with mapping. I prefer, and everyone can find the best methodology, I would prefer to start with a corner and then move, so I can know exactly where I am and avoid missing any place. So I'll get started with you. We have three main features or tools to map with. As everyone knows, that point, line, and area are the main drawing tools. Point for any can use for any uh, uh, let's say a point place, like area of point of interest. Sorry, it can be a tree. It can be some sort of lighting. It can be a hospital, just to add a point of interest about it. It can be everything with no dimension feature. But then the line, which would be roads or rivers, let's say, or a train rail, something like this. And the area, which is the polygon, let's say, it could be for all other buildings, yeah, every feature with two dimensions. So for now, I will get started one by one. Let's check some roads before. To use the line, I can just click here to select the road. Each road will intersect with the another with a point. I can center it into the center of the street, as you can see. So this is mainly the edition. I can make this here. I'll check. It seems that there is no road here. It needs someone who knows the place to check, because no, there is a road. There is a road. So it happens since our satellite images here is a bit low resolution, so it sometimes might be difficult, but that's why we support, we encourage local teams to contribute such tasks. I will go through this map now. I can do this and this. Whenever I want, I can just double click here to add a point and then move it by itself. I'm just moving nodes, points. Here we have something. It's better to center the road on its place. And now I can see that there should be a road here, but it's not mapped. So I will add this road now. There are some ways to add it. I will just click on line tool. Whenever I came close to the point, it will say magnetic it, so I can draw from the same point to be connected. And then whenever I get close to the next road, it will connect it automatically. Sorry, that's it. There are the undo and redo, or you can use Ctrl Z and Ctrl Y. For now, I just drew a line. It's not a road, it's just a line. Like I have drawn it with a pencil. It has no features, it has no tags. So as you can see the difference between this one and this one. Now I need to add data for this line. I will go to the edit feature bar and find what we have here. Here we have lots kind of roads. I can just choose what I need, what not what I need. What is this road actually? So it's in a road in a residential area. So it could be a residential road. I go for major roads. There are many types of road, primary, secondary, and to residential. So if I don't want to every time to look at it to search for it, I can say just type it here. And here it is. Now it's going to be just like this one. I can go down and find that the tags are highway and residential. This way, I just drew a road, and now as you can see, I selected this node and move it. They will move together. That's it about roads. I'm just going to do this. For now, I will move to let's draw a building. Let's have a building. I will start also from this point. First of all, I would suggest that our main principle is to have a correct map. It should be true map. Whenever I'm not sure of something, I just keep it. Don't map it. Map whatever you are really sure about it. I'll go with the area. However, we have shortcuts for everything here. It's 1 for the point, 2 for the line, and 3 for the area. I'll go for the area. I'll zoom in the map directly. I'll draw the just by clicking. Okay. This is it. The same thing as happened in the roads. Now it's just a rectangle. It's not anything. It's not a building. It's just a rectangle. I need to add its tags here. Before everything, as we all know, most of our buildings are squared with 90-degree corners. Sometimes I draw some buildings like this, so it's not correct. I just need to click on Q. Sorry. It's, maybe I need to add the tag before. Let's add the tag. It's a building. I don't know what it is. Mostly it's a residential building. So I just added it in. Now it tends to be in red. I go down. This is the building is yes. I can also add many tags from here. If it's a hospital, I can say that the amenity. I search for amenity and I click this is hospital or mosque or anything else, school. So for now, it's just a residential building, so I will keep it as yes, it's a building. Um, anyone has any other idea, any other information about the building, they can add their names, they can add how many floors, the heights. It's not required in our project, but it can be added. However, we need to be so sure about it. Now I will make this polygon square. I don't know, maybe Amran, you can help me with this. It's not working. Square open. I will use it to Amran. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a couple scenarios. I might be able to show also the queue option, but I want to also highlight some of the imagery challenges, especially with this Mapbox imagery that we're using. If you can stop sharing your screen, Jalal, so I can put my screen as the main one so everyone can see my screen. Hold on. Most likely you can see now my screen. So this is, here is my hometown, literally my hometown. This is where I lived for 29 years continuously, the first 29 years in my life. Although I was living in the eastern side of the city here, I'm trying now to map in this region. And when I selected this task, actually, I didn't know exactly where I am, but I was trying to grab of some of those buildings. I noticed how much the imagery is bad and has that angle. It's not orthogonalized, so we don't have like a 90-degree images. So normally whenever I'm mapping, and this is what I learned also for mapping, that when you map a building, it should be exactly where the building touches the ground. It's not exactly on the rooftop. If I want to map on the rooftop, I will put this polygon here, but because it touched the ground exactly on this corner, so now I can move it and put it like this. Although now for the eye, it's not exactly accurate, but this is much more accurate mapping in compare, especially like in this scenario. I'm going to show a better scenario because we have other imagery in the same city. Why we're using, why we're interested in the Syrian community specifically, because they also know the local context. I lived there, so somehow I'm still struggling to understand how the structure in the buildings in this area, for example, like here, if someone is living in this inside building, how are they going to access their building? Where is the main door in order to reach that? This is one of the things that I have in mind whenever I do mapping, and then I noticed that there is a path here, although it's not a clear path, but someone has mapped it before, so I'm gonna trust what it has been there. So, but in order also to check this path, I can go here. This is the view in OSM. It will open a new tab for me, and it will tell me that this user has mapped this pathway 8 years ago, and it was a project from Missing Maps. Missing Maps is a collaboration project between the American Red Cross, British Red Cross, Humanitarian OpenStreetMap team, and multiple other organizations. Sorry if I forgot the others. And normally they're mapping areas where there are no maps. And somehow there were a project 8 years ago in 2018 to map that region. That's May. So probably during the conflict in that city, like the biggest conflict in that region. At that time, there were like massive amount of chilling and massive amount of fire fightings between multiple groups in the same city. So most likely they will use this route in order to access this location. I'm not sure if the same imagery has been used when in 2018, the mapper added this line, but I will trust that it's there, although it's an old data, but most likely they will be able to come from here. And then when I was mapping here, I noticed this region, which it's not clear for me what is it. It's not like a total building. It's not also a specific location. Then I mapped it as a city center. Then when I zoomed out, I noticed the mosque here, and that reminded me with an event that happened there around like 2012 or 13. There were an armed conflict in this region, and then I was literally hiding in one of my friends' apartments close to this mosque, and then there were a tank standing in front of this market, and then I remembered the market. It was a marketplace, so there is an entrance here. There were a pharmacy inside, and then other couple shops selling cosmetics and the other things. And I'm not sure about the shops inside because we need to map each one of them as specific buildings. But I know that this is divided into multiple buildings inside, and each one of them should be actually not be a building. It should be a shop. Although it's not part of the tasking manager project to map a shop, but at the end, the shop is a building equal yes with another tag. So it's a building equal yes, which is what's required for this tasking manager project, but it's also adding a shop equal yes as another tag. So now we know that this is a shop. It's not like a residential building mostly. I'm using here my local knowledge of the area and the region. Although I didn't finish the whole task, this seems to be a little bit big task for me, so it needs more time. I'm gonna save it, and then I'm gonna go to complete. Make sure that this task is not mapped completely. It's now. There are still. This is my Turkish keyboard. There are still a couple buildings to map, and then I can come back to this task soon because I want to go to another area and show you a different imagery. Within the same city, we had a higher quality imagery in this region. Let me remember. Yes, here. So I may think that was, yes, here. This is the main square and this is the local council area. So for this task, I'm gonna go and try to validate it. It's just because I'm an admin, but if you're a normal mapper, you should be able also to access this same region here. It is already mapped, but you can notice also this angle. But I know that there is another imagery in this location, and it is much more higher quality. But it also might have some of the offset. So if I fix some of the offset here, like that. Yes. Now mapping looks much more accurate because we have a newer imagery and a much more higher quality images. And it is all orthogonal. So whenever you look at the building from the top, the building exactly matches, almost exactly matches with the small movement, matching the building itself, including the roads as well. One cool section was this area, because this area is literally an informal settlement, and everybody is just creating a new building and then building without any approval, without any coordination with the municipality. Although if you notice, the approval should be coming from the local council, which is here. So like this is exactly 200, 300 meters away from where you should be getting the approval, but you're not getting those approvals. If you notice here, this is very associated with each other. Buildings are stacked to each other. But if we go back to the Mapbox imagery here, this is gonna look like a chaos. I'm gonna use the W pattern just to make sure you can see the imagery behind. it's much harder to understand what's the building structure here in compare with the images here. Because here we could also zoom in more, and probably we have a little bit of offset, which is different offset from what we have seen before. But if we move it a little bit like that, now we have much more understanding for how those buildings are associated and living in. All of those are normally one floors, and then when they have a youth or a young guy who want to get married within the family, they will have another floor, 2 rooms, some water and sanitation support, and then people are expanding the living there. And then after 10 years, everything is stuck. And the municipality won't be able to understand what's going on there in order to provide more services, more sanitation, more support for the roads and maintenance for the streets in the same region. That's one of the examples. I mapped this area using this good imagery. However, that was another project, but then we created a bigger project in Tasking Manager. So I'm gonna stick with map box and not gonna map anything here because it's not the task I have selected. This is the task I have selected, and I know that it is already mapped here. I'm in the validation mode, so I'm not gonna change anything. I'm just gonna stop validation so I don't influence this project progress or this task progress. I'm gonna go back to the previous task I was trying to map, and we'll continue from there. Would like also to open the door for questions. If anyone has any question, feel free to raise your hand or put it in the chat. We have Jalal and Sana as well, who can also help us with the answers, or type in the chats as well. If no questions, and Sana, Jalal, you don't have any additions, I can get back to some music and leave people mapping for the rest 10-15 minutes, and then we have the closing remarks from Sana. Cool. No questions. Let's map in peace. Enjoy some music. Jalal, if you have anything to add. Over to you.
I'm not sure if we need to say something about validation of the OSM or what to do the next. That's not
The mapathon is running until the end of this hour, but the projects are open. This is a question from Robbie in the chat. The projects are all totally open until they finish. We have an engagement with OSM Syria community between HOT and the OSM Syria community, I think until May or probably until end of June, to continue mapping and hopefully complete all of those projects. But the projects will be always open, Robbie. Whenever you want to come back and contribute to those projects, you're welcome. Jalal mentioned something about the validation techniques, and that's like a tasking manager feature whenever we have a project. So you normally, as a beginner mapper, you selected a task and then you map it, but then someone with much more experience, they will come again and check the mapping and validate. And this is like having a human verifying after a first human, just to make sure we have a better quality data feeding into OSM, rather than a lot of like non-quality, low quality data going into OSM. Will there be a reward for any of the top mappers? I'm not aware of that. Do we have such a thing, Sana and Jalal? If we have any reward? I don't think we have such a thing, at least for those projects or within this project. But if you contribute, Robbie, that and then become the top mapper, I will give you something that's going to be personal from OSM Syria, from me specifically, actually. So
Same here.
whatever you need, yeah. Jalal and Sana will also be interested in having a joint reward for
Yeah,
the top contributor.
you'll get three rewards.
Rewards. Shifa, that could be at least a lunch or a dinner. And this one here. Okay, if no more questions, I will keep the music running and keep my screen shared, and we'll continue mapping. Feel free also if you would like to share your screen while you're mapping. I've seen a technique like this before by couple mappers. And if questions come up in the chat, we're happy to contribute. think we have 3 minutes for the closing remarks. Over to you, maybe, Sana.
Okay. Thank you, Omran and Jalal. Before we close today's session, I would like to sincerely thanks everyone for joining and contributing to today's Mapathon. Your participation and cooperative efforts help improve open geospatial data for Syria and support the growth of the OSM Syria community and the humanitarian mapping initiative. Today, we work together on mapping and reviewing important geographic data related to rural Damascus and landmarks projects in Damascus and Aleppo. Every contribution small adds help strengthen the quality and availability of open data. We also hope that today's session give participants a better understanding of collaborative mapping workflows and the role of community driving mapping in supporting local and humanitarian initiatives. Please feel free to continue contributing to the projects after today's session as well, and don't hesitate to reach out if you have any question or would like to stay involved in future OSM Syria activities and Mapathon. Thank you again, everyone, and we look forward to seeing you in the upcoming sessions. Thank you.
Thank you all, and bye bye.